One of my new ideas is to do a number of quick rants on things that I just see kind of blowing up on Twitter and that a lot of teachers are talking about, and, throw my hat in the ring, whatever that means. One of the things that was sort of on fire on Twitter last week was this idea of content over relationships, right? And so what's more important, having relationships with students or really getting your content across? And I think that's a silly question. You can't be so dualistic. It's not one or the other. Relationships lead to kids absorbing and taking in your content more. And the only reason I know that is because I've seen it happen. Had a student last year that came in beginning of freshman year, had his head down all the time. He would never write anything in his notebook. Everything was always on his notebook, and he was completely checked out. And so when his grade finally got to low enough that, a plant would have been doing better in my class, I gave him detention, and his detention was he had to eat lunch with me every day for a week. And so in my room, I eat lunch with about 25 kids a day. He joined that group, and we sat in the back corner and we just talked. And I would ask him all about his life, what was going on, what he liked, what he disliked, what video games he played. I don't even watch sports, but I asked him about sports. And all I wanted to show him was that I noticed him, that I actually cared enough that I took time out of my week just to say, you're important and I'm glad you're alive. And I think that is overlooked too often. Relationships don't have to be friendships. They don't have to be creepy situations or just buddies with kids, because that leads to all kinds of nonsense. What you want to be is a mentor to kids. Give kids a place to talk. Give kids a place that they can go to and feel comfortable sharing what's going on in their lives, and then that's going to directly relate back to your classroom. Those kids cannot show up in your classroom and then just put their head down or act a fool or not hand in any work, because that connection's there. They love that you are paying attention to them and that you're noticing them, and that if your approval goes down by them not doing their work, that will definitely show up. And so I'm not also saying that you should, you want kids to just seek approval all the time and that's why they should do well. You want it to be more intrinsic than that. Sometimes kids forget to value themselves, or they've lost value in themselves, or no one else is telling them, hey man, I see you, you exist, and I care about you exactly for who you are right now.
When people let you know that they're glad you're the way you are, doesn't that give you a beautiful feeling inside yourself?
So reminding kids of that gives them the ability to then value other people and value their own education and value themselves and do right by themselves. And so that can be a really powerful tool to just say to kids, I see you. A silly way that I do that is I print out pictures of eyeballs and then I cut them out, put tape on the back of them and stick them on kids. And then I say, I got my eye on you. And just that little stupid thing lets kids know that I saw you walking down the hallway, even though your head down when your hair was in your face. These things work, in my opinion, on all students, whether you're in kindergarten or you're in high school, whether you pay $40,000 a year to go to a private school or you're teaching in the hood. All kids want to be valued, they all want to be noticed, and they all want to be loved for who they are now. And that's it.